Hey everyone, so in today's little screencast, I want to talk about something that I consider to be a little bit of an anti-pattern in Sass. It's not necessarily always an anti-pattern, and certain times it may be useful, but I want to give hopefully quite a compelling look at a particular problem we could have if we use string concatenation to generate our Sass classes. Now, if we look over on the left-hand side of my screen right now, we will see a class of .foo, and this ampersand underscore bar. What this ampersand underscore bar does is it sort of joins those two strings together, and it generates the longhand version that we see over here on the right. So we can see foo underscore bar has been generated automatically. The benefit of this is if foo ever needs to change its name to something else, like Baz, we can make that change once and it just propagates through everywhere. This means the version on the left is nice and dry, and it reduces our maintenance overhead. However, there's a slight peculiarity which can actually end up going the complete opposite direction and making our sort of maintenance overhead much, much larger. I want to show you a real-life example of that. That happened to me just a couple of days ago. I was doing an audit for a client. I was doing a big CSS code review, and one of the things I did, one of the things I always do, is I just search the code base for really obvious inaccuracies or mistakes. Now, this is an actual real client project. This is a realistic code base. This is the actual code base I was profiling. But for this screencast, I've cloned a new version of it and I've kind of anonymized it so you won't know who they are. But this actually happened in a real project, is the point I'm trying to stress here. Now, one of the very first little inaccuracies that I look out for is decimal places inside pixel values. Decimal places inside pixel values can be problematic because there isn't actually a standard way for browsers to handle these rounding errors. Some browsers round up and some browsers round down. So eliminating errors, or these decimal places rather, inside of our pixel values is a very useful exercise. The way I find these little inaccuracies, specifically the decimal places, is I just use a utility called ACK. And I use ACK to search all of my CSS files for this regex here. And this regular expression just says, find me any number that's got a decimal point somewhere in the middle of it that is a pixel value. So if I run this across my CSS, we can see straight away here there are a lot of different pixel values, and they're all attached to this maximum height. So I'm just going to go and explore and see where these are actually getting attached. Are they being attached to simple classes, or are they being attached very globally? As you can see, ACK here is only showing me one line at a time. So I'm going to go and look at, I'll pick this first one here. Let's go and look at line 565 in this apptrad file. So my text editor of choice is Vim, and I'm going to open this file, and it was line 565. Now, any Vim users out there, what you can do if you want to jump straight to this specific line inside of a file, just add the line number on the end of your sort of command line Vim command, and it will jump you straight there. So you can see we've jumped straight to this max height, 64.8 pixels. Now, this is the compiled CSS. This project is made up of Sass partials, so actually looking at where it exists here isn't very useful. But what it has told me is that it's attached to a class of teaser heading. So what I need to do is I need to go and find teaser heading and see what's happening there. I'm going to imagine, or I'm going to guess rather, that because this says 64.8 and this says 6.48, I reckon there is a mix-in that's generating this maximum height. So away we go now. I'm going to go and find this teaser heading class. So I'll run ACK again, but this time I want to find it in the Sass files that I'm working with. And I want to find a class of .teaser heading. Oh, that's unusual. It should exist because we were just looking at it. I'm guessing that perhaps the developer who wrote this bit of Sass has used string concatenation. So let's look for the ampersand underscore heading sort of string, the substring of that class. Oh, wow. Okay, that's quite a lot of results. So as you can see here, this pattern is used a lot in a lot of different files. I need to find the one I'm looking for, but I don't know where to start here. This is a very, very, very long list of results. Let's have a look. Okay, look at this. There's one right at the bottom here. If I just actually rewind history a bit. Excuse me. If you look at this one here on line 42, assets, Sass, components, teaser.scss, and it was called teaser heading, so this seems pretty promising. It's on line 42, so I'm going to open this file at line 42. Yeah, oh, okay, so, well, we found exactly what we were expecting. We've got heading here on line 42, and if we go up to line 8, we can see that's where teaser started. Let's go back to line 42. So yeah. However, what I've discovered here now is that there's a second anti-pattern sort of employed, and that's using extend. I was hoping to, at this point, discover exactly what was causing that that weird pixel value, that decimal place pixel value. Unfortunately, I haven't found the cause. I've just found another pointer to somewhere else. Percent skin teaser heading. So this is extending a silent class. So I'll just copy that string into my clipboard, and let's go and find this. So again, let's use ACK to search Sass files for skin teaser heading. And let me just escape that percent. Oh, how annoying. That's just found the exact thing we were just looking at. Now, I know that can't be the only occurrence of skin teaser heading, because when I compile this Sass, it doesn't throw an error. So the extend here is definitely pointing at a skin teaser heading class that does exist, but I'm going to assume that they've used the ampersand to concatenate these classes once again. And I think we all know what's going to happen if I search for ampersand underscore underscore. We're just going to find all this again. So we're in a bit of a dilemma. Finding skin teaser heading is quite difficult. Okay, what should I try? Okay, I'll try this. Instead of searching for the full string, and I know I can't search for underscore underscore heading, let me search for skin teaser with some white space after it. Okay, so that's looking a bit more promising. So I found the initial skin teaser class. Yeah, so assets, Sass, brands, default. This sounds promising, and it's on line 1, right? So I'm going to just look in this file here. Open that read-only by the sound of things. So you can see skin teaser exists, and there we go. We've finally found it. We've finally tracked it down. That's where skin teaser heading initially gets used, but because of an extend and this string concatenation, it's taken me a good, I'm going to guess, sort of 5 or 6, maybe even longer minutes to find it. If that had just been the original class just in one string, we could have found that almost immediately. So here's just a cautionary tale. Be aware that using string concatenation in Sass can lead to much greater maintenance overhead, purely because it takes much longer to find things, even using complex search tools such as grep or ACK.